The practical and the logistical support the emotional. Don't do all of the practical and logistical and then cross your fingers and hope that you'll be able to feel into it. You can. It's possible. It's just harder. It's just harder. And if you're going to make all the plans anyway, you might as well do it the other way around. Decide how it is you want to feel, and then let the logistical, the practical, the physical support how it is you want to feel this summer.
Welcome to Breakthrough Mode, the podcast where we intentionally get into the driver's seat of our lives, shift out of monotony and mediocrity, and step on the gas towards becoming the person we were always meant to become.
Hello, and welcome to Wednesday in the Wild on the Breakthrough Mode podcast. I am your host, Megan Bauer. Thank you so much for joining me and pushing play on today's episode. If you are joining me on YouTube, you can see that I have brought you out to Utah Lake because I really wanted to end this summer shift series on this feeling of summer. And one of my summer intentions this year is to be outside more, is to just enjoy nature and enjoy the lake while I live by it. And I wanted to record this one here with you today. So I started this summer shift series by asking you, what do you want summer to feel like? And I'm ending it on the same note. Now, we've gone through a lot of intentional planning and thinking about who you want to become throughout this summer and who you want to be on the other side of summer. But all of that was in service to how you want this summer to feel. This is not a performative summer. It's not a summer for Instagram. It's not a summer just to make it sound impressive or whatever. This is not the pressure summer. At least that's not what I'm hoping for you. I'm hoping for you to intentionally choose your summer moments based on how you want to feel. Now, I know this isn't a common way to plan. We're used to scheduling and logistics and all of that. And all of that is actually the easy part. The hard part is the feeling part. But this is actually the thing that will always make the big difference. Because the truth is that in any moment you get to decide how you want to feel, how you approach the things in your day, how you approach the tasks that you have to do, or the whatever comes your way. Whatever is in your day, you get to choose your feelings about it, about getting through it, about doing the thing, about how you approach it. You always get to choose your feelings. And I have found it's so much easier to feel the way that I want to feel, no matter what's in my day or what's in my schedule or what tasks I have, when I have decided beforehand how I want to feel. This isn't a common way of doing it. We often live in this reactive place where it's like, well, we'll see how the day goes and then I'll tell you how I feel about it. Or we'll see what happens and then we'll see how I feel about it, or whatever. We live in this reactive place where we are relying on the environment to tell us how we should feel, to influence our feelings. And that's a choice. It's a choice to let our environment, outside events, other people, all of that to influence how we're feeling. I'm not saying that that's always easy because, of course, things happen and we feel like, our emotions can be hijacked, or we feel like I don't know how to process this or whatever. So it sounds simpler than it is in practice. And I'm not saying that it's easy. I'm saying that it is a choice to feel however we're feeling. And of course, there are tons of complications, right? Like there's mental health and mental illness and all of these things outside of our control that greatly influence how easy or difficult this is. All of that. I've suffered from depression and anxiety, and I get that. I'm I'm with you. When I'm in the middle of an anxiety meltdown, it's hard to just enjoy the moment, right? It's just like you just want to punch someone in the face when they say that. So, I get that. And when we think about how we want our summer to feel, we are setting ourselves up to live into that feeling more than maybe we otherwise would. We are setting ourselves up to choose the things that we do and the activities that we schedule and how we structure our day and all of that with the intention to feel this way throughout summer as much as possible. And of course, like things are going to happen, things are going to be not great. That's just part of life and part of the journey. You're going to feel great sometimes and you're going to not feel great sometimes. It's just the effort to swing back into how you want to feel for the summer as much and as often as you can. So, whatever you want your summer to feel like, I invite you to decide on that this week. Whatever feels like will help you bloom this summer. If we want to continue on with our analogy, whatever feels like blooming to you, decide on what that feeling is. Name it, feel it in your body, and then use that feeling as your lens as you decide on the things that you're going to do, the things that you're going to schedule, how you're going to structure your day, what you're going to focus on, what you're going to let go of. I mentioned in the first Wednesday in the Wild episode, I can't remember which one it was, the the quote that came to me as I was doing my own work by Lao Tzu. And he said, nature does not hurry, and yet everything is accomplished. That is going to be my overarching feeling this summer. And I have a lot of opportunities to feel hurried and to feel rushed, but I want to choose to feel unhurried, to release the pressure, to release the urgency, to allow myself to get things done efficiently, timely, to, because those things are important to me. But I can do things efficiently and timely without the feeling of pressure and without feeling rushed. Feeling those things just adds on to it, right? But when there's a deadline or a timeline, it's easier to feel into the pressure, to feel rushed. And I can see and I can acknowledge that that is a choice, that I can get things done without that feeling, without the pressure, without the rushing. So I want my summer to feel kind of unhurried. I'm going to allow myself to be in a place of getting things done without the rush, without the feeling of pressure, of just we do things, we're unhurried about it, and it's great. That is my overarching feeling of summer. And I know I will touch into urgency and pressure because we have a lot to do. And there are always going to be opportunities for me to choose into that. And there will be times where I do choose into that. I already know it. And the point is never to be in that place 100% of the time because that's not going to be possible. The point is to shift back into what you primarily want to feel this summer as much as you can. So, the most supportive thing that I have thought of to help me feel into this unhurried, yet everything gets done feeling is very logistical because I can be unhurried when I know that we're right on track, right on plan. Everything's just moving right along. And so the very practical thing to support this very emotional thing will be to have weekly lists that help me feel like everything on this list gets done this week. We are doing well, and I can relax about it. And I really can feel into that state of being unhurried and the confidence of knowing that everything is just being accomplished. The thing I want to highlight about that is it's a logistical, practical thing that supports the emotional feeling. That's really what we're going for this week. That when you go to make decisions about your summer, about what you're going to do, or the trips you're going to plan, or how you're going to structure your day and your time, that these things, these choices support the feeling that you are trying to achieve for the summer. The practical, logistical things set up the support, the scaffolding, whatever you want to call it, for what it is you want to feel. That's the point. That's really the point. So if you don't get anything else from this summer shift series, I want you to take that away. You always get to choose how you feel. You always get to choose how you feel about what you've got to do, about how you approach things, about anything and everything. And there are very practical things that you can do in your life to support how it is you want to feel. It's just about figuring out what that is for you. I know that by having a plan and checking off boxes, I will feel less hurried. I will feel less pressure, less urgency. And so, if I can give myself that support, I can really create the space to feel into that feeling the way that I want to. The practical and the logistical support the emotional. Don't do all of the practical and logistical and then cross your fingers and hope that you'll be able to feel into it. You can, it's possible. It's just harder. It's just harder. And if you're going to make all the plans anyway, you might as well do it the other way around. Decide how it is you want to feel, and then let the logistical, the practical, the physical support how it is you want to feel this summer. That's what I have for you today. Thank you so much for joining me out here at Utah Lake. I totally love you. Bye for now.